Hi, I'm Chef Anita at Wannabe Chef, and I welcome you into my beautiful kitchen. Oh, what a pretty sunny day it is. My God, the sun is, I can really feel the rays on me. How nice is that? Lots of vitamin D. So, today what are we making? We are gonna be making some very simple, and I say simple because you're gonna see how simple this recipe is. We're making sushi, and we're making, of course, a plant-based version. We're not using any seafood, but it's gonna taste like seafood, believe me. So what we're doing first is my sushi mat, and if you don't have one, don't worry. I will show you one roll with the mat and one without. It's fairly simple to roll out your sushi. I have here some boiled sushi rice that I just boiled a little bit earlier in the day so it would be cool to the touch. That's what I have. And I have, of course, my seaweed, and I'll tell you which direction I like to use, and some rice vinegar right here. And I have a sweet cooking rice vinegar, and if you don't have a sweet one, this is when you will need to use some sugar. But since I have a sweet rice vinegar, I am not going to be using any sugar. And of course, my vegetables. So today I am using some cucumber, some carrot, and some avocado. You could always use any vegetables that you like. I'm gonna just teach you a very simple version using just very simple ingredients. So I also am gonna be using something called organic sea kelp, which gives it a very, which will give your vegetables almost a feeling like you're eating real salmon or any other kind of seafood that is used in sushi. So it'll be very interesting when you try this. This is from the company Bragg. It's called Organic Sea Kelp Delight Seasoning. So I already have peeled my carrot, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out some ribbons, just so we have some pretty nice ribbons inside. I simply am going a little bit deeper with my peeler this way and pulling out some nice pretty ribbons of my carrot. Okay, fairly simple, saves you the trouble of cutting it really fine, and you at the same time get it to be very simple carrot ribbons. Okay, and then I have cucumber, which I did not peel. It's your choice. I don't like to peel it because then I end up with it just disintegrates so fast. So I'm gonna make some ribbons of my cucumber too. I could very well have cut this into strips, but why not? Why not make some pretty ribbons so you get all like a uniform look? So what I'm doing here is making cucumber ribbons, okay? So I have some cucumber ribbons and some carrot ribbons. How pretty are they, right? Now I'm gonna take my avocado, and let's hope it's good. I don't know how it is inside. Sometimes avocados turn out good and sometimes they don't, but hopefully this is a good one. Oh, great, perfect. All I did was split it in half, and I'm gonna try to nicely peel this back by giving a little slit here and peeling back, trying to get the whole thing out without breaking up my avocado flesh so we can get some nice pretty slices. There we go. That's my avocado in half. And to that, I'm gonna really cut some very pretty thin, really thin slices of avocado, okay? I'll keep that aside for now and just work with what I have, okay? So now we have here is a seaweed sheet, the nori sheet, and as you'll notice, there's always a shiny side and kind of a rough side. All seaweed is like that. So I like to keep my shiny side on the outside, and you'll see these little perforated lines in your seaweed, but it's like this, the perforate, and I'm gonna lay that down this way so that those are for really being done there, so that when you cut your sushi, you get to cut on those perforated lines. So here's my rice. Now I'm gonna first season my rice. I'm gonna add like 2 tablespoons. This is about 1.5 cups of rice. So that's 2 tablespoons of the rice vinegar. About 2 tablespoons of my sweet rice vinegar, which if you don't have, then you could just add 1 tablespoon of white sugar. I actually don't even have white sugar at home, so I don't use any white sugar. And this is one of my favorite things is pure sesame oil, which I think gives Asian food a real nice flavor. So that was sesame oil, and I'm just gonna kind of mix this all up together. There we go. And that, you know, when you mix in that sesame oil with your rice, I think it's just delicious to eat this rice by itself. I would. Try it someday. It's so delicious just with the rice vinegar and the sweetness of the rice, of the sweet rice vinegar and some sesame oil. Perfect. And I think it lacks a little bit of salt. I did put some salt when I boiled my rice, but it does lack a little bit. So I'm going to add some salt there. Okay? Just a tiny bit. Remember, you don't need it too salty because you're going to serve this with some, either with some tamari or soy sauce or coconut aminos, depending on your personal choice. So there we are. This is ready. My rice is well seasoned and stirred up, which I'm going to take a scoop of rice and I'm going to spread it on my seaweed. Okay? Very simple, very easy. Sushi is one of those foods that, you know, it looks more difficult than it actually is to do. So you don't want to go till the very end because it will get really hard to roll if you take your rice till the very edge. So you want to leave the edges a little bit, and a little bit goes a long way. Okay, there we are, all the way. Like you see, I left my edges there. Yeah. And now we can start building. Here's my avocado. I'll first put in the avocado, which I left right on my knife. It makes it a lot easier because it kind of gets very sticky. There we go. Laid my avocado. I'm gonna start putting my cucumber, or let's change up the color. Here's my carrot ribbons. See how easy they are to work with? And that was so easy to do the carrot ribbons, really. You don't even need to cut anything with that. Here's my pretty carrot ribbons, done. Now my cucumber ribbons, go here and here. And then I'm just gonna give it a quick sprinkle of the seasoning that I showed you, my sea kelp. And that's it. And now we have to start rolling. So we pick it up, we go this way, tuck it in, tuck in, tuck in, and then let go. I let go of my mat and just keep roll, roll, roll. Now you see why I said don't take the rice to the edge. You see how the rice goes as you tuck in real tight. Keep tucking in, and there we go. That's it. And if you're having any trouble with your seaweed sealing, a little bit of water at the very edge this way, and it will seal it. Much better to cut your seaweed with a serrated knife, and I have these perforated lines that are going to really help me to cut along. So you see, I hardly use the mat. You really don't need a mat when you're doing the sushi. So if you don't have one, I would not even bother to get one, because I find that most of the time I barely ever use the sushi mat. I'm able to do it, and most people are really. It's so easy that you don't need a lot of practice. And I've actually prepared a plate here. Let me show you. I have some wasabi mayo, and it's just vegan mayo and wasabi powder. But if you're using the wasabi that comes out of a tube, go ahead and use that. I have here some soy sauce. It's a spicy soy sauce that I made myself with some chilies. And I have some sliced ginger. And I have something else very interesting. I have some dehydrated pickled jalapeno, which looks like this, which I kind of dehydrated in my dehydrator for a couple of hours. And they look like this, little pickled jalapeno. And that's it. And I'm gonna just lay out my sushi. And nice pretty pieces. I usually leave the end pieces for, let's say, kitchen staff. That's AKA myself. Chef Anita is kitchen staff. But that's the end pieces that I usually just leave as my trial pieces. And there we are. Perfect, guys. So what do you think? Should we put in something else? Or I think it's pretty much very pretty. Here we go. So please look up all our videos. We have so many more. And you can give us your comments and look us up in the link below. And my company name is Wannabe Chef. And I am Chef Anita. And let me know how you like it. Great. Enjoy the sushi. And some other day I will teach you some other creative ways to add on other ingredients. But I still today wanted to make it basic. And just to show you how pretty are these colors because of the carrot. You have such pretty colors. So remember, any vegetables that you use, if the colors are different, it will be very pretty. Thank you for joining me, and please share the video. Thanks.